guys, what's going on? I'm coming to you today with Dengar, Ruthless Killer, the villain pack for Imperial Assault. This is our next bounty hunter in the line, and this is one of the more popular bounty hunters. We've already seen Boba Fett and IG-88. We've now got Dengar. All that remains is what, Forlom and Zuckuss, and I think that's all the guys from Empire. So I'm gonna bust this thing open and let's take a look at what comes inside. It's if you've already got the Hoth Return to Hoth expansion, you'll have a card for Dengar already, as well as a little token like this. But now you don't have to use the token; you can use the miniature. And it's worth pointing out that you would need the miniature for tournament play if you want to do any sanctioned tournaments. Here he is. He looks pretty good. I think my gun is a little bent on him, but a little hot water will fix that, no problem. It's really not that bent. I don't even know if I'll bother, because it's close enough. But yeah, he looks pretty good. A lot of detailing in there. A lot of detailing in his head wrap. His backpack. I've never really even seen his backpack, come to think of it. Never seen Dengar's backpack. Didn't even know he had one. You only see him from the front. And the Black Series hasn't made one of them yet. But yeah, there he goes. Looks like he's ready for action. Let's go ahead and see what else we get. Alright, so we've got our component breakdown sheet here. That's you have your little rule sheet that's going to have your skirmish map on the front. And it's going to have your mission on the back. Every one of these expansion packs comes with a mission. It's important to know that these maps for these missions and skirmish missions are going to require the Return to Hoth expansion, so you're going to need that if you want to play with Dengar's maps. However, if you just want Dengar for the core game, then sure, just buy him. He's a good miniature too, Alright, so we're going to get 3 command cards for skirmish. We're going to get some an Imperial agenda stuff. We're going to get our 2 missions, one for the A and one for the B for the skirmish, and then we're going to get Dengar and a skirmish upgrade. So let's look at Dengar's card. So Dengar is a Scum and Villainy faction, and it's a great addition if you like to play the Scum and Villainy faction here, because there's really not that many Scum and Villainy cards out there, so this is a much needed addition to that faction. He starts out, he's cost 7, he has 8 health and 4 speed. He's only got a green and a yellow for attack, but he does have an innate +2 accuracy, so that's good, especially not having a blue die. He can surge for +2 damage, which is good. That really helps with the lack of like a red die. But he's got Contempt. While attacking, if the target does not have a harmful condition, apply +1 surge to the attack results. And he can also surge for punishment. After the attack resolves, if the target suffered 1 or more damage, choose 1 harmful condition. The target gains that condition. This ability can be triggered multiple times in the same attack. So he could, in theory, if he rolls enough surge and at least does some damage, he could make you bleeding and stunned and weakened. That's you don't want that. He can't make you focused though, because that's not harmful. But yeah, he could pretty much shut somebody down. So he's really not there to deal damage. He's there to lock somebody, to lock down a Darth Vader or something like that. So if you get enough surge for the extra 2 damage to make sure that you get damage on him, so that you can trigger punishment. So ideally, you want to roll like 3 surge. Well, you can Contempt. So if they don't have a harmful condition, you only really need to roll 2 surge. He's pretty nice. I'm anxious to try him out and see how well he works. He looks like he could be very fun, as well as very effective. Alright, for 2 points, we get Punishing Strike. Now this is a skirmish upgrade for the Scum and Villainy faction. Exhaust this card when one of your figures applies a harmful condition to a figure. Discard that condition and apply a different harmful condition of your choice. So, exhaust it. So you can use this every turn. So you can use this every turn, and if somebody makes you stunned, you can say no, instead they're just weakened. Or I don't want them to be stunned, instead they're just bleeding. So that gives you options, especially if something like Dengar becomes powerful, or if people start using like sand troopers, or not sand troopers, but anything that can weaken, like the Tusken Raiders, for example. Let's see, we've got this is for the mandatory mission. This is the Imperial agenda cards called Punishing Tactics. And then let's see, this one, play as a secret. harmful conditions, and then this one also is about depleting this card. Yeah, so these are all related to harmful conditions. It's a lot of text. I'm not going to read it all there, but if you want to read them, I will hold them up, and you can pause. Right there. Here's the next one. I don't play campaign very much, so I'm mostly into this game for skirmish. If I do play campaign, a lot of times it's going to be like a solo campaign or with like one other person, so very rarely I'm going to get 5 people to sit down and play a full-blown campaign. I would love that, don't get me wrong. Just not as easily having kids. Okay, so here is our skirmish upgrades for our command deck. I'm sorry, our command cards. We have a 1-point Dangerous Bargains. Use at the start of a round. If you have 30 or fewer victory points, you and your opponent each gain 3 victory points. This seems to be a theme with the scum. Get ahead early and then trade. You know, trade while you're ahead. It's one of those rules I was taught when I used to play chess. Always trade while you're ahead. All right, brace yourself. A 0 point for any figure. Use when an attack targeting you is declared. If it is not the attacker's activation, apply +2 defense to the defense results. So, so basically if somebody gets to interrupt or whatever, this will help you defend against an attack that wasn't their turn. And there seems to be more of that, like with Leia. Leia has an ability to let somebody attack. There's some stuff in the core set that can interrupt to perform an attack, so it's kind of situational. But it's 0 cost, so it's it's easier to justify a situational card if it's free. Payback. This is Dengar's named signature card, and it costs 2. Use after an attack targeting you resolves to interrupt to perform an attack targeting the attacker. Apply +2 surge to the attack results. Now this is a great card for Dengar. Absolutely. It allows him to counterattack. And it allows him to have +2 surge in the attack results. And we were just saying about Dengar's, he wants surge. He wants a lot of surge. So this can let him do damage and apply every status effect there is to you. So be very careful who you use to attack Dengar, because they may be holding this card in their hand. You would absolutely want to use this card if you're fielding Dengar. Well, so good cards. They have great synergy with the expansion. I think this is a fantastic looking expansion. I can't wait to try out Dengar. And I'm really happy with the cards that come with it because they seem to work well with what the expansion gives. So that is the Dengar Ruthless Killer Villain Pack for Imperial Assault. I hope you guys like the review, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. I like all of that stuff, and I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a happy holidays, and take care.